Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video talks about the recent uh, proposal in Germany for an incest law, whereby incest is a fundamental right, and if incest is prohibited, it is an infringement upon the right to self sexual self-determination. So this is the definition given to incest. That is right to sexual self-determination. Most of the people who legalize these things say that incest is a taboo. So there is no reason behind banning it. What is a taboo? An unwritten law of the society, which, according to the uh, proponents of the tabooism, is based on nothing. The fact, however, is that incest is based upon a long human history of rationalism, and it's based upon some pros and cons of the society, and it's based upon the collective community rationale which prohibits these things. That's why incest is a taboo in most of the societies, if not all. It has been a taboo, it has been a prohibition in all the societies that have lived till now. That means there was some consideration in the minds of the people who prohibited. The collective conscience of the people on earth who have lived till now says that this incest is not a thing that should be allowed. So it will ruin the family structure, it will ruin the societal structure. There will be no difference between uh, there will be no difference between the wife and the brother and the sister, the father. So the societal structure will break up, and the familial structure will break up, and there will not be a stable society. How can this be possible? How can a brother and a sister live under one roof if incest is allowed? Suppose there is a sister of, suppose there is a married couple, and the sister of the brother also lives with them. So can there be a favorable environment between them? No, because incest is not prohibited. Incest should be politically prohibited. Wherever it is, wherever there are chances that it occurs. Incest laws have also been scrapped in France by Napoleon I. So this is a race towards de-civilization. When man was civilized, he began to put on clothes, and he began to become more and more modest. And now some people are decivilizing. That is, they are parading naked on beaches, or they are taking out naked rallies. So this is called de-civilization. Legalizing of incest is also a part of this process of de-civilization. Most of other European countries do not legalize incest, which is a good thing. But if we analyze in case of Germany, out more than 50% of the people have experienced incestuous cases. So this is the plight of the society of the so-called modern people. I want to advise Muslims that we should keep away from such society, such values, if we can call them values. We have an Islamic system that is the best system in the world, and nobody can have an alternative system which is better than the Islamic system. It is the best system that you can have in your life. These are the directions in which the Western society is moving. So, in order for a human being to remain as a human being, he has to differentiate himself from animals. Human being has a thinking power, and animals do not have any thinking power. Now, somebody may argue that uh, the gorillas, the chimpanzees, etc., they also have some thinking power, but they do not have the thinking power that humans have, that something is wrong or that is right. They do not have that power, or they do not have the power to invent something, or they do not have the power to write something, they do not have the power to invent a language, or so their thinking power is very limited. So they are under our supervision. What we want we can do with them. That means we have a responsibility to behave like human beings. There's a difference between human beings and animals. There's a difference between human beings and animals. When human beings behave as human beings, then the difference remains. Altruism is present in human beings, and some proponents say that is also present in animals to some degree, but mostly it is present in human beings. If human beings leave this duty, then who will take up this duty? So this was the moral situation of the Western society, which is very terrible. An Indian girl was asked whether the Americans have lost their morals or not. She said, she replied that the Americans do have sex on streets, but they have not lost their morals. So this is the height that the brainwashing has reached. Actually, the youth are brainwashed by the Hollywood films and the Bollywood films and the media that this uh, laxity in sexual relations is important. This is not important. Laxity in sexual relations is not important. Marriage is an institutionalized way to complete the sexual desire, uh, and it has no complications. For example, unlike in case of incest, in which there will be inbreeding depression and genetic disabilities will be present in the children, there is no such case in marriage. Uh, Also, there will be no destabilization in the family. There will be no destabilization in this society. There will be no destabilization in the minds of the participants, because it has been observed that brothers and sisters or close relatives have a sense of respect for each other, which is lost if sexual relations are permitted with among us them. Uh, there are many other disadvantages of these incestuous relationships. The society cannot function well. So there is no need to stress on the fact that incest is wrong. Everybody knows this, and everybody has known this from centuries. Now, every taboo is not based on every taboo is based on some reason. For example, if somebody says that incest is a taboo and there's no reason to ban it, then I say to him, why is theft a taboo? Why is theft wrong? So why is theft wrong? It's a taboo. Somebody may say that theft is wrong because a person from whom you are stealing, he loses something. But I'll say that a person who steals, he gains something. What has he to do with that? If altruism is not to be present in human beings, that is thinking about others, then then what is the logic of banning theft? The third thing is, why is murder bad? Is it also a taboo? It isn't. There are some absolute things which are absolute. There are some absolute moralities in this society which have been there forever in all societies. Incest is one, murder is one, killing someone is one, and so on and so forth. See you again, inshallah.